classification system known as LAS. It's the holding pond sludge removal. Mr. Stout, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, sir. Due to buildup of sludge over several years, the 25-acre holding pond at the LAS needs to have sludge removed. Staff, in conjunction with Quarterman Slip Engineering, advertised for bids to have the sludge removed. 5 companies submitted bids ranging from $914,240 to $6,681,594. Tender Water, who a business in Southeastern Environmental Services, submitted a low bid of $914,240. However, after reviewing its experienced staff and Quarterman Slip Engineering have determined that it does not have capability in all respects to perform fully and reliably the contract requirements. BAM2 Incorporated submitted a next bid of $2,978,848 and met the contract requirements of the bid documents. Staff recommends the board reject the bid of Tender Water LLC doing business in Southeastern Environmental Services and accept the bid of BAM2 Incorporated for $2,978,848 and authorize the chairman to sign the agreement.
Any questions for Mr. Stout?
Steve, I just touched on a little bit what I was wondering, just the difference in the amounts of bids as you look at them.
So we were looking at a newer technology where it's done chemically, and of course we put it out there to have it removed. The one thing we did want to do was use the drying bags that they tend to take a year or so to dry out. Then you have the cost of getting that removed, and it tends to not be a good process. So the way we've done it, and when they put those in the bag like that, they have a different method with the crawlers and all, pulling that sludge out. So we still allow that, but what they would have to do is bring in something like a velvet filter press, dry that, squeeze the water out of it, and put it straight on the trucks and put the landfill, and that's what drove the cost up to the high limits, was that.
Appreciate it.
When was the last time we did this process to that pond?
I'm not sure that this pond has been laid out on the whole pond.
Maybe not ever.
Not ever, potentially. I know that I don't have records of seeing that. I know it's not been done since 2015.
Any need to make the pond bigger, or?
No, this does take up capacity in the pond with all the sludge that's there and whatnot, and it tends to have more algae growth with that as well. So you're going to regain a lot of capacity in the pond by doing this work.
Mr. Smith, I would add, several years ago, and I don't remember exactly the number, but Hay Howard went through the same thing with their LAS site, and they did have the sludge removed out of theirs, and I think it gave them several more years of capacity to be able to work through their wastewater until, as you know, as you're well aware of, they're now putting in a wastewater treatment facility, but this was the stopgap that got them to that point was basically removing all that sludge and giving them back to original capacity as they had.
Have you seen any other projects that have this big a disparity between the low bid and the high bid?
I have not, and thus we did do a lot of calls. Mr. Kendall was here today. I don't know if y'all are aware of that. We talked with him, and we talked with both contractors and looked at their work experience in the ponds that they had done. This was the conclusion that we came to.
I think one also, commissioners, to keep in mind, the challenge is here, there are some, the bonding process and everything that's in place, but the bigger challenge, I think, as a whole we have, is that this is ARPA funding, and this money must be spent, I believe, by 26, I believe is correct. So if we, and I'm just saying ifs, if we get into an issue that the contractor is unable to fulfill the contractual obligations and get this project done, it could extend it out to the point to where if we had to re-advertise, get the bids back in, redo everything again, we could be outside of the window possibly of being able to utilize the ARPA funding. So that's a bit of a challenge and a consideration that you've had as well.
So we have to spend ARPA by the end of this year. So we have to spend the dollars by the end of this year. Is this the only ARPA dollars we have left for this project? project.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about Band 2 Inc.? I'm not familiar with them. Are they a local company or are they?
They are not, they're out of Tennessee. They have done work in South Georgia. I think they've done ponds in Sylvester, they've done ponds in Austin, and several others. Sylvester Ponds is the closest to the size of ours, and they were 35-acre pond.
So I think it's worth asking, and don't read too much into my question, but let's do, how much is in that ARPA fund?
I would have to get those exact numbers from.
But there's enough to cover the 2.9.
Correct, yes. There is, yes.
And then just hypothetically, if we selected the $900,000 contractor, the difference between the 3 million and the 9, let's just call it 200 or 2 million. You're saying that money we couldn't use it for something else?
You couldn't redirect it in another area. All of the reporting that has been required up until now, remember we had some quarterly reporting, we had some annual reporting. Finance has been taking care of all that. So we, a long time ago in this process, passed the purpose of the allocation for them to approve the eligibility of the funding for it to be spent on that type of project.
Well, I don't want to be perceived as the guy that suggests that we spend it because we've got it or we're gonna lose it. I don't want to be that guy, but I think we need to give this some careful consideration.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? I wouldn't normally do this, but I will say Mr. Tyndall is here this morning. If you have any specific questions you would like to ask him, then I would ask him to come to the podium so that you have all the information you can have to be able to make a decision prior to tomorrow evening's official meeting. Any questions? Mr. Tyndall, thank you for attending.